The taillight only has 3 bulbs in it per side. The top and bottom are red, and they are a dual filament 3157 type bulb. They do your brake lights, your turn signals, your parking lights. And then the middle one is a white 7440 reverse light. So for the taillight, we only have 2 different kits. We have a red bulb taillight kit for the top and bottom, which comes with 2 pair of 3157 carbide series LED bulbs and the load equalizing resistors so that you don't get a weird hyper flash type issue. And then the reverse light comes with 1 super bright LED product. Normally we would go with something like this. Just a plug and play LED bulb. But there's a new product that works really good in the Super Duty reverse light. And that's this universal high power LED. This is the only purpose-built high power super bright LED reverse light that we've found that actually works on this vehicle. It's plug and play, and when we tested it with our lux meter, we saw that this bulb creates over 2 times the amount of light as the original reverse light. Not only will this give you better safety for other drivers because they're going to see you from further away, you'll get more attention when you go in reverse so people will know that you're moving, but you'll be able to see better in your reverse camera and your side view mirrors. To do your red top and bottom turn signal, parking light, brake light bulbs, all you need are 3 tools. You need an 8mm socket to undo the 2 screws that hold the taillight to the truck. You need a wire stripper and some kind of a tool to attach the resistors to the wiring. The taillight is held in place by 2 bolts here and here, and 2 clips on this side. So you undo your 2 bolts and you gently pry away from the vehicle. The taillight will release. The red turn signal and taillight bulbs are the black sockets. They twist out. And inside we have a pair of 3157 incandescent bulbs. These bulbs use a dim filament for the parking light and a bright filament to trigger your brake light and turn signal. The bulbs that we're going to be using to replace these with are the GTR Lighting Carbide Series 3157 bulb. If you see the bottom, the bases are nearly identical, designed to be a plug and play replacement, but the top is very different. These are the brightest 3157 bulbs that are currently on the market, and you want to make sure you use a red LED bulb in your taillights so that you don't get a pink look. If you put a white LED behind the red lens of your taillight, it's not going to look right. So make sure you go with red. The kit that we sell for this truck comes with everything that you need. The install is actually pretty simple. Step 1, take out your old bulbs. Step 2, plug in the new ones. Step 3, install your load equalizing resistor. We'll show you how to take the taillight off the truck and install the load equalizing resistor in just a second. In this kit, you get 2 pair of red 3157 LED bulbs, you get 4 load equalizing resistors to prevent hyperflash, and you get screws and other hardware to do the install. The instructions that come in the kit say, caution, this product gets hot. Keep away from anything that can melt, like wires or plastic. So we're going to do just that. We're going to show you exactly where you can mount your resistors so that they don't interfere with anything on the backside of the truck.
Alright guys, we're going to show you how to install the LED tail lights and LED reverse lights on this 2017 Ford Super Duty. First step is to remove these 2 8mm bolts from inside the tailgate area. Next, just pull the tail light toward you. It's held in by clips on the back, so you can see these black clips here. And so they kind of come out at an angle, so just stand off to the side and pull the taillight toward you, it'll pop right out. You can unplug your wiring back here. there's just little tabs on the side of the connector. I can show you that in a second. They pop right off. All right, on the back of the taillight, twist the bulb counterclockwise to remove it. Pull it out. Install your new LED taillight bulb. We're not going to install it into the taillight itself yet because we need to test and make sure we've got it in there properly. So we're going to take them both, go back to the truck here, plug it in, figure out which way it goes. There we go. All right. And all you have to do is turn your headlights on, and those should come on too. And as you can see, they're both on, so everything's good and working. You can go ahead and shut those lights off now. Now, the next step, if you just install these without resistors, you're going to have a fast turn signal. The blink will be quicker than normal. The truck will think the light is out, so we don't want that. So I'm going to show you how to get rid of that. First thing you do, strip this tape back, exposing the 3 wires leading to each of these bulbs. Now, as you can see, there's 3 wires per each bulb. You'll also notice that the colors are exactly the same. Now, I've already tested these, and I can tell you that these outside wires are the wires we will be tapping into. And in the case of the driver's side here, we've got a gray with orange, and we've got a, looks to be solid blue. So gray with orange, solid blue, they're the outside pins, the outside wires, and that is true for both of them. So we're going to attach our resistor wiring to these outside wires. And you need 2 per side, so 4 total. Now, the way I like to do this is I like to mount the resistors first and then bring the wiring out and attach it to these wires. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how to strip the wiring and secure all this stuff. The best place to mount these resistors is inside the taillight cavity here and as far left as possible. You need to be careful not to go too far to the right because you'll poke into the bed. You don't want that. But if you go this far to the left, there's a nice cavity behind there. There's nothing to stab into on accident, so let's go ahead and get both of those mounted. All right, the nice part about mounting these first is you can then see how much slack you have to play with. And so in this case, I had stripped the sheathing protecting these 3 wires only up to this point, and I think I'm going to go even further back just because I can attach the wires sooner up here and I'll have more room to work with. Now, when we're done with everything we do here, you're going to want to go back through and tape all of this back up. The covering is just to protect the wires from chafing back here, and so it's not something we want to completely get rid of. Now that we're to this point, we're going to take those wires that I told you about, which is these 2 right here, the outside pins. We're going to strip those back. Now I've got this sweet automatic wire stripper here. It works really well for this. You can use the T-taps provided with the kit. You can solder it. You can, use your discretion as to how you want to install this. And as far as the polarity goes, it really doesn't matter. You can go whichever wire from the resistor to whichever side of the turn signal wiring you want. Doesn't matter. So once again, take your two outside wires on that connector, gray, orange, and solid and blue orange on top. Let's bear that back. Once again, it does not matter which of the wires on the resistor go to which wire on the turn signal. It's not polarity specific at all. Right there. Tape our connections up. And then once again, we'll tape the entire bundle of wires just to prevent them from chafing. That's what the factory stuff was doing, and we want this to be as close to factory as possible. All right.
The original incandescent reverse light bulb gives you this yellowish white color, and it's not very bright. Technically, your reverse light isn't designed to help you see behind you. It's an indicator for other drivers to know that your truck is in reverse now. Well, we're going to help you change that so you can see better when you're backing up and increase safety, because now other drivers will see you even easier. Normally what we would do with this type of a bulb is use just a little plug-and-play LED bulb like the Carbide Series 7440 from GTR Lighting. But there's a new bulb that we found that is incredibly bright and super easy to install on the new Ford Super Duty. Doing the reverse light bulb is very plug-and-play. On the back side, you've got this green connector here. On the truck, you've got a big long wire harness, and you don't need to disconnect it. I just did that so I could show it to you in our studio. Twist it off, and your bulb is attached inside this green socket. Now, you see, normally you would go with an LED bulb that has just the same socket base, but instead of a filament, we've got a whole bunch of LEDs. Instead, we're going to use this reverse light LED bulb. It is specifically designed to be a super bright white LED reverse. You wouldn't put this as a turn signal or a parking light or a fog light. It's purpose built to be a reverse light. The green rubber grommet fits in this hole. Give a little push and twist it, and it seats in place. Now we're left with a plastic wire socket that looks like the exact same socket on the original incandescent bulb. You connect that to the old plug-in, just like the old bulb did. And then you put it all back together. That's really all there is to it. And now you have the brightest LED reverse light on the market. It's easily twice as bright, measured light output over the stock reverse light bulb. As you can see here, we've got our sweet reverse light pigtail. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect that first. We've got our bottom turn signal slash brake light. And we've got our top one. If you put those resistors where I showed you, you really shouldn't have a problem with your wiring length. Everything should reach just fine. So the first thing you want to do when you put it back together is just put your tabs in on the back side. They should click. You're good to put your screws back in. And since we've already tested our lights, there's not much to it. Go ahead and put your screws back in. So the install is pretty simple. If you follow our install instructions, you know where to put the resistors, you know how to take the taillight out, and if you buy the kit from Headlight Revolution, now you also know exactly what to put in your truck. Pretty easy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe so you don't miss our other Ford Super Duty videos that we have coming out next. We also review a bunch of different types of LED and HID lighting products so that we know the best thing for your next project. You can also find us on social media anytime. Links to these products are in the description below the video, and thank you very much for watching.